Hi everybody, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. It's the Cloud Surfer here, ready to talk about South Node in Aquarius. Before we start, leave a like and subscribe here on the channel and use the links down below on the description to find more about my content, to know more about my services, and to book readings and personal consultations with me as well. So let's talk about South Node in Aquarius. First, what is the South Node and what is Aquarius? South Node is a place of spiritual familiarity, things that you already know how to do or that you don't need to learn so much, already close to the conclusion, things that you don't feel nervous or you don't feel lost into, and that you experienced early on in life and brought to this current present time, or things that you experienced on your past life or in previous past lives and brought to this lifetime, right? And it's not specifically the same thing, but it's the type of things, the vibe, the frequency, and the vibration, or just the purpose behind it, right? And then what is Aquarius? Aquarius is fixed air. What is fixed? Being consistent, stubborn, blocked. For an example, and what is air? Air is thinking, communicating, analyzing, being more logical, being a bit more dry, more separated, and more cold. But Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, so it brings structure, it brings taking a look at yourself and your problems and your situation through a worldwide perspective, through a worldwide lens, right? And it also deals with networking and association limits and boundaries, and it's co-ruled by Uranus, so it brings individuality, creativity, change, unpredictability, weirdness, rebellion, opposition energy, right? And also Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. So Aquariuses think too much, speak too much, and sometimes communicate too much, and sometimes they think too fast and speak too fast for their own good, right? So, with all that in context, take all those energies of Aquarius and slap that into South Node, and then we have South Node in Aquarius being comfortable, familiar, or knowing how to do, being fixed in your own way of thinking, communicating, and analyzing in a worldwide perspective, in a unique way, while thinking and communicating too much, right? So you might be too comfortable in separating or straight up denying others' perspectives, and you might not do this on purpose, right? Because you feel so comfortable on your own perspective, you feel so comfortable on your own mental space that sometimes you don't even realize that you should consider somebody else's idea, that you should listen to somebody else, right? And it's not like you are actively thinking, oh, I don't care about that dude, I don't want to listen. No, sometimes you just so comfortable in your own mind, you're spending so much time in your own mind that you just don't pay attention to others. They might speak to you, but you don't really listen. You don't really take into consideration their messages. On the positive side, South Node in Aquarius means that you feel very comfortable in communicating your own idea. Now, this might be true, but we live in a society that since very early on, this is changing though, but if you like above 20-year-old, this happened to you almost certainly. You were punished by speaking out loud, by speaking yourself, by speaking too much even in school, in your parents. You were punished to being different, right? Because you might have these South Node energies on Aries and Aquarius, which compels you to be more individual and unique. But the astrological alignments are tools that we can use. So, but if you are punished by using those things, you will slowly but surely stop using them, or try to disguise them, or use them only when you feel really safe, right? But the South Node brings that aspect. You already feel safe in being yourself and expressing yourself and expressing and acting as you see things in a realistic perspective. So maybe you still do this, but if you were punished growing up or in a past life, you know how to select, or you might be learning, depending on your alignments. You might have a square with Taurus or something. So you're learning how to be in the right, or to be yourself and express yourself in the right places. You might have some trines with Libra, so you might have the ability to be more sophisticated and be more relatable with that uniqueness and with that realism, right? But in the end of the day, with South Node in Aquarius, you feel comfortable or you already know how to do that, which is express yourself in a fixed and consistent and also stubborn way, which connects to the last point we spoke before this one, right? Then, South in Aquarius also makes you feel comfortable in the world, right? Even if you are in a bad position, little money, little structure, if you are confident in yourself, because that comes from another place, right? You have to build that up. But if you're confident in yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in all possibilities, you always feel confident in being a part of this world. You always see yourself as a star in a constellation. You always see yourself capable of working, grinding, applying limits and boundaries, and being yourself, right? Because this is basically the key to success in every area of life. Keep doing it and be unique and individual. Because if you don't keep doing it, you can't build a position, and you need a position, right? You need to build it. And if you're not being yourself, why they should take you, why they should buy your product, why they should select you for the role of the movie or whatever, right? So South in Aquarius makes you feel very comfortable in being in the world by being yourself. Now, sometimes in the world you are punished by being yourself, like I just said. Sometimes in a certain corporate job you might be punished because you can't comply, or you have this rebellion energy into complying with certain rules. And you might comply with the rules, but other spirits see other spirits, other people feel others' movements. So by you having that rebellious energy, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself in those very heavy rule environments, or you have this social etiquette environment and you don't agree with it, people are gonna feel that. So you might be working better than somebody in that corporate job, and they might get the promotion because they completely relate with that rule set or whatever, and you do it, you go by it, but you don't relate with it, right? So you feel comfortable in the world by being yourself. When you have the space, or you are already built the position and space to be free and to be yourself. When you are smothered and you have to connect with others or obey others or be under others, where they have these rules that you think it doesn't make sense, where you and others can't be yourself, because Aquarius also have this, especially South Node, because South Node is closer to the heart, because South Node is still a lunar alignment, right? So South Node is close to the heart. So South Node Aquarius, because it's air and fixed air and deals with Saturn, you can go too much into the outside. You can go too much to external perspective, and you might try to liberate others as well. You might think it's a natural thing to do. You might think you must do it because you feel you spend so much time in that space as a spirit. You think it's your job to do that, and actually it's not. That's more a North Node Aquarius thing, because it's something that people need to learn, and they need to go into that space in order to liberate themselves, right? Speaking of North Node, if you have South Node in Aquarius, by default your North Node will be in Leo. So you might be uncomfortable or not know how to do North Node Leo, which is fixed fire. So you might feel uncomfortable in being the center of attention, just because people feel like it, just because you did something cool. Because with Aquarius energy, we always feel, because I have an Aquarius stellium, right, that we should earn, that us and others should earn the respect, should earn the attention, and you should explain it, and that makes sense, and they need to understand what happened. But Leo is just like, no, Leo, they got the attention, they got the role, they got the cool vibe, they did the cool thing, they expressed more their feelings, they are a bit more fun and loose, they bring a better vibe to the environment, and that's it. While Aquarius also has all these characteristics, plus logic, plus realism, plus making sense, plus explaining why that thing is cool or why they are into that thing. Leos just do it, and because the spirit creates all these things, and the logicality and the air element is an extra creation, it's an extra step, people feel less free and less fun and less able to move around the Aquariuses at the surface level, right? Because if you spend enough time with a real Aquarius, not a fake ass Aquarius, right, you actually will feel more free and supported and respected, and that things are on a way, on a specific path. Because with Leos, yes, you might feel good, it might feel all fun and games, but then you start to realize that they want you to pay attention to them, they're more emotional, they get more possessed by the environment, and they might be sold out to people's validations. While Aquarius, no, they will fight against it, and even if you doubt yourself, they will make sense why you are valuable and whatnot, right? But South Node in Aquarius as well means that you might be too comfortable with thinking and not comfortable enough with feeling, or depending on your Mercury alignment, you might be very comfortable with thinking but not really with communicating. Because one thing is expressing, is saying, oh, I think this, I think that. Another thing is communicating. Is what is communicate or commute? Going from one place to another. Expressing is just put it out there. But communicating is making your message reach somebody else. Reach somebody else's heart, reach somebody else's comprehension and ability to make sense. So depending on your, most likely this will not happen, but you might have Mercury in Leo, Mercury in Aries, Mercury in Virgo. Actually no, because Mercury only spans a little. You might have Mercury in Pisces though, so you might have the ability to express, you might feel comfortable in expressing, but you might not feel so comfortable in connecting your ideas, thoughts, and social parameters, right? On the other side, South Node in Aquarius makes you feel very comfortable in things that are worldwide, like sports, big events, science, religion, and you might not be into religion, but you might be feeling comfortable in explaining it or debunking it, or studying the history of religion and what religion was in Asia, what religion was in Africa, you know? So, and that's the characteristic of Aquarius as well. So in Aquarius, you might be feeling too comfortable in detaching and separating from things, and you might not be into something enough or into yourself enough to actually build something and create something in that space, right? For an example, it's a great example. You might be speaking about religion a lot, studying the history and the origins of religions, but you might not believe in yourself, you might not believe in all possibilities, you might be talking about spirituality, but you might not be into spirituality. But you feel, with the South Node in Aquarius, you feel comfortable in communicating, thinking, analyzing, bringing that into reality, creating limits and boundaries, creating associations and networking through those mediums, but you are not in that medium. You know what I'm saying? So this is the end for today's video. Remember, once again, these videos are very general, so everybody can have access to them. So if you want to know more about your own South Node in Aquarius, contact me using the links down below. And if you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Use the links down below as well. And before we leave, I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. As a Cloud Surfer, surfing out.